have sound. Now we have sound. Whoops.
And echo.
And echo, echo, echo.
Hello.
Hello.
Switch your thing.
Oh, right.
Right. How's everybody doing? Happy Inauguration Day!
Yay!
Woo. My glasses are so gross. I'm gonna actually need to find the cleaner and clean them.
There's cleaning cloths in the drawer in the closet.
Right, that's what I mean. I'm gonna have to actually go to the closet and find them and clean my glasses at some point.
Same.
Like I'm Hooch. I'm aware that we have it. Speaking of hooch.
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 Speaking of hooch. He's so fancy.
This has like been aging in our house. That's the stuff on the bottom.
We bought this in 2015 according to the bottle. Or at least it was bottled in 2015. I don't know when we bought it.
I believe it was a gift from my sister.
Yes.
So hopefully it's delicious.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. How's everybody doing?
It's still fizzy. That's a good sign. As soon as I get this done, I need to find some music.
I was like, Dane forgot the music again. Any minute now, the silence is going to weigh down on him. And he's going to be like, what?
It's so quiet. Yay! Thank you for following Chandersea.
We appreciate it.
A toast to you. It's not bad. I didn't know what to expect, really, given that it's like 6 years old. Hooch! Oh! After your cow purged itself. Oscar Wolf, why did you do that?
Oscar Wolf, why did you ban what?
What is happening?
What?
We're getting off to a good start. Excellent.
Sorry, I may have jumped the gun.
Oscar just immediately assumes anybody who's new here is a bot.
Oh God! You know it wasn't us because it happened quickly.
It's true.
No, you'd have known if it was coming from us because we'd be like,
"Wait, how does this work?" Shit.
I'd be like, Dane, do the ban thing.
We need to ban a thing.
Dane, do the Dane.
I'm trying. I can't figure it out.
No, hit that.
That's exactly how it would have gone.
Everyone would have gotten 5 minutes of like old married people
trying to figure out how to work the goddamn computers.
Right. You'd have been like, I didn't think they were boomers. I thought they were younger than that. Fuck. Your account went through and why would you just wanted to ban someone and etiquette?
That's fair.
I mean, glad we could help out, I guess.
Just lucky that she didn't notice Jim.
Right.
Sitting over there being quiet.
Oh man. So I don't understand. I feel like a lot of our social media things do that.
I don't know, is Dingo on Twitch? That does seem like a thing you do, though.
It does. Oh no.
Even better, the stream is so choppy that we weren't even on screen yet. Perfect.
I mean, I'm sorry about the choppiness. I just found a spot on my glass.
Mm.
But I'm going to drink it anyway because it's good. Look.
It's a water spot.
It's not a water spot.
That's fine.
I try to wipe it off. It doesn't wipe off. Well, thank you for coming by to say hi, and good luck with work.
Yes.
Wait, you're getting work done today? Because I didn't get shit done today. I got just laying and being happy and petting a cat and then poking the cat and being happy some more. Like, I didn't get shit done.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
I'm impressed if you can get any work done today. No, like this.
So what would anybody like me to draw today? Because today's a happy day. Maybe there's no existential dread Wednesday. Maybe.
I don't know. I'm still thinking about being a beacon of light. Having the courage to do that, but I don't know. I guess you could, like, draw a flashlight. I am useless today. Also, you can tell the spell on the floor.
It's full of cat hair.
Next time, in the closet, next time don't just hang it back up, like, throw it in the laundry.
You still use one of our pint glasses? Yay!
What? Yay!
Happy Friday!
Well, thank you for using the pint glass. And
We should get some more.
happy Friday. I know, I've been wanting to. There's a guy locally that does it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I talked to him at one of the shows. I think I have his card somewhere.
Yeah! Hot
Hi,
chocolate
Eddie
schnapps. What kind of schnapps did you get? Is it butterscotch schnapps?
Also, I love that you're making hot chocolate to add to the schnapps versus adding schnapps to the hot cocoa.
I mean, yes. This is the appropriate order and how things are supposed to work. Ooh, peppermint schnapps.
Hey, nice. You too. Have a good Friday.
Yeah.
Ooh. That sounds good, though. Peppermint schnapps.
Yeah.
We haven't had that in a long time.
I don't know if I've ever had peppermint schnapps.
You have.
Have I?
Mm-hmm.
I've had other kinds of schnapps.
For some reason, I had some. It has been a day, Etiquette. We were just talking about that. Happy Inauguration Day.
Happy Bink.
We're just gonna do that a lot. Jack felt left out. I don't know if you guys can hear him, but he was talking.
He's trying to figure out how to get up and get your cheese.
He is trying to figure out how to get up and get the cheese. He's just gonna jump and climb me.
And get the cheese.
Come on. No cheese for you, buddy. I know, it's terrible, but no cheese for you. Okay. Stay on the back of Dane's thing. That's fine.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Something happening there.
Yeah. Well, we can't have a perfect day. We wouldn't know what to do with ourselves. I feel like this is true, unfortunately.
Was there an off-season, Etiquette?
Is that a thing we're allowed to have?
Yay.
Oh yeah, I finished my basket. The first one.
Basket.
It's got yarn X. I'm gonna make another one.
Also give it to me. Perfect hat.
Oh man.
Except the chin strap isn't quite big enough.
Well, given that it wasn't a chin strap. This was meant for napkins, but okay.
Same. Perfect hat for smuggling pastries, exactly.
Wonder how many plastic bags are in that. Probably not as many as you'd think. I think I only did like 1.5 balls. Ear straps, it's a feet bag.
For the pastries, exactly.
We mustn't forget the pastries. Oh my god, Jack's got his head in it. He's like, lick, 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 lick. What are you drawing?
Currently, I'm just drawing grumpy Bernie Sanders in his giant coat and mittens. Because nobody's given me an idea.
That's okay. We like grumpy Bernie Sanders.
We do.
I appreciated it. It was fun. And I like the fact that he was like, "Oh yeah, we're happy to work with y'all, but we're gonna get work done with or without you." So
yeah,
I was like,
I did not.
The PNG. What?
I assume it's the image of Bernie Sanders clipped out of the background so that you can put him on things without having to do a lot of Photoshop work.
Right. Excuse you. Rude. Mr. Cat's like, I will help with your yarn. I just love etiquette. I don't know how many con artists that you follow. Haha. Besides for us, but a lot of artists have been photoshopping him into their booths. So he's just like sitting at their booth.
Just sitting in the booth. Which is pretty much what artists at cons look like most of the time, so it's great.
Especially slow ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been enjoying that a whole lot today. I like that one a lot. I like the DMV one.
Mm-hmm. I like the one where they photoshopped him onto that old photo with the dudes hanging out on the beam eating lunch.
I haven't seen that one. I do like that within like an hour, people had figured out where his mittens came from and who made them and how to get their own pair, and how to make their own pair, and yep.
Jack is going crazy and tearing shit apart in the hallway.
It's typical Jack Monday.
No. Especially since it's Wednesday. Aw.
What?
Boo.
I'm sorry,
Damn
Oscar
you, Canadian
Wolf.
internet.
Have you complained to your internet provider? Not that you can hear me to ask this question. Little Nask? What?
Lil Nas X.
Oh.
I did.
Ban someone for you?
Again.
What was...
Yeah, I saw it this morning. It's he's like, while everybody's busy with the inauguration, he sneaks into the White House and steals a bunch of stimulus money for his friends. Did you say a bit, Oscar Wolf?
Been banned by word. Eddie K, you missed it. Before you came in, someone who doesn't stop by often came in to refollow us. Apparently their Twitch just decided they didn't want to follow anyone and took a bunch of people off. And he was just like, hey, how's it going? This is who I am in real life. And we're like, cool. And then Oscar Wolf banned him.
So I was like, click on.
We're like, what happened? No. It was because you were late. Yeah, it's weird. We'll get like a couple of bots, like a stream for several streams, and then we won't get any.
Probably the algorithm.
Mm. Only the cool kids get banned.
I mean, that's a pretty good reason for being late.
I don't know. I was enjoying on Twitter, or on, man, I don't remember which one it was actually. But somebody posted the story about the Amazing Grace, sung by...
Don't look at me.
Garth Brooks.
Oh, I didn't know that he did that.
Yeah, he sang Amazing Grace for the thing. Yeah, and it was beautiful, and it was great.
I haven't watched any of the stuff.
So they posted they just posted a thing, and in the comments there was somebody that was like, "That's it. I used to like him, but lost all respect. Never buying another album." And I was like, I don't think he sold an album since like the early aughts.
Maybe the early teens.
Maybe. He's been in Vegas raking in piles of cash for like 10 years now.
Has he? He was in Vegas?
Yeah.
Why didn't we go see him while we were in Vegas?
Because his cheap tickets were $210 each in the off season. And it was only one day that we were there and available. And I didn't have $210 each. Plus tax. Oh, you know, like, I love Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace is... It made me cry. Like, it hits me.
I'm entirely ambivalent towards Amazing Grace, but...
I also like Lean On Me. I love the original. I love the one that Florence and the Machine put out for Final Fantasy 15. Oh, it's so good.
They did a version of Lean On Me for Final Fantasy 15?
Wasn't it Lean On Me? It was Stand By Me.
Stand By Me.
Ha! Never mind. Yeah. So I might be misremembering Lean On Me. That's my phone. Stop looking at jumping up there. It's like, no, I like it. I don't know what this is, but you guys don't need to... Oh, it's from the computer.
It's the printer cord, yeah.
Well, they definitely don't need to be chewing on it. Guess who that was? The one glaring at me down here. You're precious.
She likes quartz.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to be wrong sometimes.
I don't...
I like Garlic Brooks.
I don't have much of an opinion on the Proud to Be an American song.
I got so tired of hearing that song constantly in the early 90s.
Like, I liked it as a kid. When we sang it at school, like, as part of a performance one year, and I kind of liked it, but, like, yeah, it got old. I don't care. I don't know. I like Garth Brooks, but I just thought it was funny that this lady was, like, so, like, she's just, like, I'm never, like, well, and I was like, you obviously don't know any, like, you obviously haven't been spending a whole bunch of money on him recently anyway. If you don't know that, like, he hasn't really put out an album, and he doesn't need to, like, dumb.
I feel bad for his social media person because, yeah, his Facebook feed today has been garbage, apparently.
For singing Amazing Grace. Yup.
If he didn't shoot a man right now just to watch him die.
I love some of the newer country. Actually, like, there was a whole period of time I didn't listen to a lot of country, like, at all when I was younger. And then I got into it a little bit in college. And then I stopped. And now I've been listening to some again, because there's some great stuff out there. There's some really good, like, chick country. I don't know what else to call it, like, but female artists, so there's some great stuff. And then a bunch of old stuff that I never heard, because it was either before my time or just when I was younger. Like, and it's weird how there's stuff that you hear that if you go back and listen to it now, are by artists that people are like, oh, that's like straight, twangy, like only country. But if you listen to the song now, you're like, that sounds disco. Or that sounds like rock. Like,
I've just been listening to a lot of Dolly Parton recently.
Yeah.
What was that song? The disco. It was like a disco cover of House of the Rising Sun that Dolly Parton did. Fucking weird.
But kind of amazing?
Yeah.
But
weird, but amazing.
Weird. Like, if you listen to the intro, you're not going to know what song is coming up. Like, you're not going to guess that it's House of the Rising Sun. But also, like, I think if you cleared out all the production crap and just took her vocals and then put new instrumentals down with it, like, you could release it now. It was really good. I liked the Keyed My Boyfriend's Truck song. I love the Dixie Chicks. The Dixie Chicks are on one of my, or excuse me, the Chicks.
The Chicks.
They've changed their name to the Chicks. Are on my list of acts I'd like to see it live. They put out some newer stuff at K that is amazing. Including, they put out an album, gosh, it was probably 12 or 13 years ago, that had some of my favorite songs on it ever.
Was it Taking the Long Way Around?
That one was great. Yeah, it was that album, but I'm trying to remember what the name of the song was. That was basically like...
Not Ready to Make Nice?
Yeah, thank
That's
you.
literally the name of
Okay, Etiquette, if you're not totally against the Dixie Chicks, go back and check. It's called Not Ready to Make Nice. And it's all about, because, you know, Natalie, the lead singer of their group, when they were in England, was like, we're ashamed he's from Texas, talking about the Bush, and got them into all kinds of trouble. So they released a song about it, and it's about how they don't, like, fuck you, they don't care. They don't feel bad about it. They're not gonna beg for an apology. And I'm like, and she wrote a song, and there's another one, that whole album is just amazing. There's Lubbock or Leave It, which is all about how, was it Jerry Lewis? Is that the one, the guy that died in the plane? No,
Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly, sorry. Names. Woo. There's a statue of Buddy Holly in Lubbock, Texas, where he came from now. But, like, before he died, like, back when he was making music, they all were convinced that he was hellspawn and terrible, and they hated him. And how, like, so good. I don't know, I've been listening, like, Spotify makes it easy to go and, like, pick an artist and just listen to their catalog, basically, or however much of their catalog is on Spotify. By the way, Dolly Parton, you could listen to Dolly Parton for like 3 days straight. There's a lot of it. And I don't think, they don't have all of it because there'll be like 4 songs from an album. And you know that the album, if there's 4 songs, then it was like a 12, you know, like 8 to 12 songs on that album originally. I don't know, like, I don't know, there's a lot I don't know about music, and so I just, like I said, I enjoy going back, and especially, like, old country, I don't know, like, more than I know, much more than I know. Of course it was completely legitimately. Of course. If you happen to find access to the original Jagged Little Pill, Dane and I both feel like we owned the original at one point in our lives, but neither of us have it now. And so we have the like, remastered, but they made some changes and I don't like it. I want my original Jagged Little Pill. Barb says Dolly Parton and Barry Gibb brought out a remake of Words. We're going to check that. Remind me about that after the stream. She did a well, she did a bunch of songs with what's the one I made you listen to last night?
You made me listen to a bunch of them.
No, but it's a duet with
The Jordanaires.
No. The dude that just died recently.
Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, she did a bunch with, but there was one called "You Can't Make Old Friends," and it's Dolly Parton and him, and like, because he died recently, so like, yeah, that one will bring tears to your eyes. Yeah, I know. Charlie Pride. Well, then go check out You Can't Make Old Friends, because it's, I think, one, like, I don't always like Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers to get, like, some of them are fine. Dane loves them. He loves Island in the Stream, and that annoys me. So, but
it's
this
okay
one,
to be wrong sometimes.
But this one was amazing. It was really, really good. And it's sad. Yeah, Charlie Pride dying was a real shame. Well, in etiquette, I didn't even necessarily mean obtain. I meant literally, like, if you find a copy of the disc, we would be happy to take it, like, and pay for it. It's just on our list, like. And it annoys me every time, like, I'm playing, like, our music on the plane, or I'm playing it on Spotify, and that comes up from the 90s, and I'm like, why does that sound wrong? It sounds to me just as wrong as, like, when you're at the Cheesecake Factory and they play a popular song, but it's not that song. I didn't know that. Barb says that Barry Gibb wrote Islands in the Stream for Kenny and Dolly.
I did know that. I didn't know he wrote it specifically for them, but I did know he wrote it. That's awesome.
We started to wonder last night about who wrote In the Ghetto, and Dane looked it up and found out he died recently. And so at the CMAs, Reba McEntire and Darius Rucker did a duet of it, and it's really good. You could go check that out. Etiquette, that's because she's been married to the same dude since, like, 1966. We also found that out. And apparently he's super, like, go be Dolly Parton, but I don't want any part of any of that. And he just, like, ran his own company. He had, like a concrete company or something that he ran. Barb knows everybody's name. I'm like, this dude, that dude. We're just filling it in. Mac Davis, Carl Dean. I don't know the patches.
Patches like the BB King Patches song? Oh no, not that one. I love Sloop John B. I've had this thing in my head ever since I was a kid for the Sloop John B, like a video that I've always wanted to do, but I don't know how to do it, so I never have.
You can do an animatic.
Yeah.
This music is very, it's fine, it's just
It's very apocalyptic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we looked up, like, because I was also, I've been listening to and catching up on Brad Paisley. And he and Alison Krauss do a song called Whiskey Lullaby, which I'm also a big fan of. And I found an interview with one of the writers who was like, yeah, like me and my writing partner, we wrote this song and we put it out, but we figured no one would ever record it because even in country, who the heck's going to record a song about a double suicide and alcoholism? Like, no, I got... but apparently, like, the Dixie Chicks were going to do it first, and then they imploded. And so Brad Paisley optioned it, and he just immediately knew when he heard it. He was like, oh, this has to be a duet with either Alison Krauss or Dolly Parton. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Really? What? Oh, no.
Internet problems?
I hope things are okay. I don't know what the psychedelic furs are. I have a picture in my head that's probably not right.
I can almost guarantee you that's true. Probably internet issues, if I had to guess.
Looks like everyone had to reload. I hope it's not our thing.
I'm not getting any alerts.
I mean, we never do.
Oh, yep. Internet thing. I've had Seasons of Love from Rent stuck in my head since yesterday because of Randy Rainbow.
Oh no, I haven't listened to that yet. I need to go and listen to it.
Yeah.
Not again.
Watch check.
I checked. It's terrible.
It occurs to me I got myself a Cocoa, opened it up, and left it in the other room. So I should return. You want me to bring you back coffee?
Yes, please. I love that he leaves it on, like... I might have just drawn on it accidentally. I love that he leaves the drawing image on, like, just whatever random bit he was working on. Also, guys, like, I don't know how to switch it to the camera, but Jack is now sitting in Dane's chair, licking his butt. Like, as soon as Dane got up, he was like, whoop, my chair.
Did Jack Cold ask me? Jack Cold asked me. Hey, buddy. Normally I'd be all about letting you just have my chair and I'd go fuck around and go play video games or something, but I need my chair tonight, so.
He's like, no.
I know. Do you want to hang out with Ashley?
He's like, I'm fine. Uh-oh. Your girl's coming back.
Diddy gets very jealous when I'm paying attention to Jack. You know, I'm not really so much paying attention to him as holding him because he won't get him. Like, go to Ashley.
He's like, no. He's like, now I can have both of your attention. Oh, he's gonna be like, why would I leave? I'm warm. I have both of your attention.
He never, ever wants to be held by me.
Yeah, like, Digital steal my chair of it, like, immediately when I'm in here. But...
I'm going to set him down by his sister.
Okay.
Or give him to you. Right, bye.
A lot of times Jack will follow me around, though.
I would say Jack spends a great many hours following you around on a regular basis.
Yep. Oh yeah, you had him super warmed up. Oh no.
So,
The guy who sent Eddie K wine and has started a big coat drive and a community cupboard, his roommates tested positive, so he's in full quarantine.
oh.
A lot of people are starting to test positive. And here in Sedgwick County, we've run out of vaccines so fast that they've moved it up instead of down. So the next doses will only be available to people that are 90 and above.
Wow.
Yep. Which is the wrong direction, really. But, you know, Dane and I will just be here in our houses. In our house. 3 years. when there's vaccine available for us. If somebody wants to come visit before that, maybe they can bring a vaccine.
Just like a vaccine warming party.
Just share the cat with y'all here. Look at him, Dave.
He's so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. He's put on a call for treats. I mean, if you gotta be stuck in your home.
I get that. Guys, I spend a ridiculous amount of my life just carrying this freaking giant fur baby around.
It's true. Like, it's not even hyperbole, it's literally true.
Alright, let's see if he goes and hangs out with his sister.
Good luck. Godspeed.
Thank you. Jack! He's like, sweet. Oh, baby. Lay down with your sister. He's like, no. Not even a little bit, not even once. Okay. Alright, go watch out the dark window, that's fine. Digit doesn't like to be held, but Jack is fine with it. AKA insists on it.
Sometimes, yeah.
And he's like an actual baby. Sometimes he wants me to hold him and like a baby and then just walk around the house. Like that's the only thing that will calm him down. I'm not, and it's very much like a baby in terms of I'm not allowed to sit down or do anything else except carry him around the house.
One of these days we should get a kitty baby Bjorn.
A baby Bjorn?
Yeah. That we can just put him in.
Oh my god, he'd love it. So I got out of the shower today. I was like, well, I guess I'm not wearing that shirt that I set out because he was mole-catted up in it and wrapped up in it. We have to be careful if there's any lumps, like on the bed. You gotta check them because they could be Jack hiding in the covers and you don't want to sit on the lump and break him. I don't know. I saw another take. I'm still stuck on the Garth Brooks thing, guys. I saw another take where somebody was like, Garth Brooks may not have anticipated the negative effect this could have on his career. And I'm like, Garth Brooks is taken care of. Like, it doesn't matter. Second of all, Garth Brooks knew exactly what he was doing. Like, we were listening to a podcast a few weeks ago, and that guy is super smart. Like, he, on purpose, kept any of his songs from being released as singles so that people would have to go buy the album or the CD so that he could get top platinum CDs constantly. Like, he did a bunch of smart shit and did things to work within the system to boost his numbers and ratings and stuff. Like, the guy knew the effect anything he did was gonna have. I hope he paid his social media person a bonus, though. Like, knowing that you're gonna have some hate and, like, somebody having to deal with it are two different things. I want to be that smart someday.
I want you to be that smart someday.
Rude.
It's not rude.
Well, it's not even about, like, I don't think it's as much about politics as it's just about, like, I mean, it doesn't feel very political to sing Amazing Grace at a nationwide event.
You'd think.
So I think it says more about the people that are considering that to be political. But no, he knew what that, like, he knew that there were going to be a segment of people that were going to be angry. But what are they going to do? Like, not go buy one of his next Las Vegas tickets?
Yes, maybe. You don't know.
The guy has made huge money already. And he invested it really well, too. Like, he doesn't ever need to sell another ticket to anything and he'll be fine. And also he'll still sell tickets to things.
He might sell more tickets now than other people who might have written him off in the past.
He might have, and that might have been part of the political... that might have been part of the calculation.
Because I'd be willing to bet there are quite a few people who are just like, well, he's a country guy, so obviously he's a Trumpy.
Yeah, my sister was mad that she didn't know he was performing in Vegas. She used to go every year because Adobe had, when she worked for Adobe, they had a big, like, year-end thing, hoopla, in Vegas, right before Christmas. So she always ended up going to support, like, the sales team or whatever. So, like, several years ago, she and a couple of other people got there a night early. And when they finished setting up and everything, they're like, we should go see Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga's in town doing a thing. Shouldn't we go see Lady Gaga? So she's seen Lady Gaga. So jealous. But yeah. And apparently my brother-in-law is still angry at his in-laws because when he was a kid, they went to Vegas, or when he was younger.
It was just his parents. Not his in-laws.
My sister's in-laws. His parents, excuse me. Because they went to Robin Williams, and he and his sister just got to go to, like, the Blue Man Group. And while I think the Blue Man Group would be cool, I agree that seeing Robin Williams live is much cooler. That's a sadness. To have missed out on that, yeah. I mean, of course, on the other hand, you could be... My parents never took me to Vegas. Neither of them. Not even once. Weirdly, I've met them in Vegas now, but because my sister got married there. And Dad did buy us tickets for Like, our Christmas gift was the tickets to the Beatles show. And that was cool.
Yeah.
That was really cool, actually. Although it was too damn loud. And if I think that, you know it was really loud.
But if you think that, it means that they had the speakers on.
Shut up. It was really... Like, you thought it was too loud, too. You said so.
They were a little loud, yes.
It was painfully loud. I think they didn't have enough people in the room to muffle it. They needed to turn it down. But, anyway, it was really, really good. Man, Eddie, you're just throwing stuff out. I feel that way about Eddie Murphy, but Robin Williams is one of my faves. I don't know if you've ever watched any of his stand-up. Well, I grew up on Mork, so... I was really, really confused the first time I saw him in a movie playing like a more serious role, and I was like, what?
A lot of people were.
I know.
Like when he did Photo Booth, I think it was called.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Photo Booth.
A lot of people were like, what the fuck? Because, they went into a Robin Williams movie expecting, Patch Adams or fucking Mrs. Doubtfire, and they got...
I haven't seen that one, I don't want to, but...
The 1 Hour Photo, is that what it's called?
Yeah, something like that. You don't like his stand-up? Oh my god, I love his stand-up. But I also love his movies. Ooh, I'm so jealous. I want those.
His albums?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh my god. Because, yeah, I love his stand-up. Like, what's weird, like, I grew up on Eddie Murphy movies, and I'm not, like you, I'm not really a fan of his stand-up, but I'm a big fan of Robin Williams' stand-up. And most of his movies, actually. They're pretty great. Yeah. I don't know. You're allowed to have your unpopular opinions, though. Like, it's fine. We're not gonna judge you. Okay, I won't. Dane will. Dane's all about the judgment tonight.
Say, don't speak for me.
No. Edike's gone again.
No, we miss you.
Let's talk about her while she's gone.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
I don't either.
I was never one of those people. I don't know how to gossip.
Somebody teach us how to gossip so we can talk gossip about Edike while she's gone.
I love that right now your Bernie looks like a Muppet. Did we hear what you did? What?
What you did? Do we need to call somebody?
You heard that we don't know how to gossip about people?
She's gossiping. She's trying to teach us how to gossip, I think.
Oh.
This is how bad we are that we didn't recognize what was happening. Also, being vaguely clueless all the time.
Right. Well, there have been times when I've known that people were trying to gossip with me, but it wasn't fun. It was like shitty and mean and rude and also at work, and so it's nice to be able to fall back on the clueless. So when people are like, oh my god, did you hear about? And I'm like, no. And then they wait, and they just keep waiting, because I'm never going to be like, tell me about so-and-so's husband, because why do I care about so-and-so's husband? I don't.
Well, especially when you're talking about, like, work people, like, at that point, you're just like, I vaguely don't care about you most of the time. Why would I care about somebody else's husband?
Right, I don't care about coworkers' husbands unless they want it, like, and it's a different thing, like, if somebody's, like, trying to talk or vent or get, versus the gossip thing. Because either way, I probably don't care about their husband, but if, like, they care and they want to talk to you about it, that's a different thing than, like, gossip.
Right.
Although, weirdly, I love gossip that doesn't have shit to do with me. If that makes sense, like, at all. Like, I am completely I've had friends that just like to gossip, but they don't necessarily want to gossip at work. And so, like, we meet up and they just tell me things, and that's just random fun stories. And I love that. Like, tell me bizarre, random, fun stories about people I don't know, so, like, I don't ever have to do anything about all day long. That's great. Like, I might steal some of them someday and put it in something, but, like, that's fun. But that feels like a different kind of thing. Yeah, like, my grandma used to do that. My grandma and my great aunts, like, before my grandma started to get senile and, like, the dementia kicked in too much, they would sit there and they would talk about people at church, and they would talk about people at whatever, and they try to, like, tell me how I was connected, but it was never, like, it was like, oh, like, they lived down the street from your grandma when you were 6, or, like, it wasn't a real connection, so it didn't mean anything to me. But listening to little old ladies talk about, like, random church gossip, that's hilarious. I could do that. But they didn't expect me to do anything about it. They didn't expect me to have any opinions about it. They didn't expect me to, like, remember for the next time. It was great. It was just entertaining old lady stories. I was all for it. Right, exactly. I was never gonna, like, what am I gonna say? Like, I heard a story about a little lady that I don't know these people. So, like, I just got to hear cool, fun stories. And the way, at least my grandma and great aunts were, it entertained me. Because, like, they would always get a little bit quieter. And then my Aunt Wilma would always have, like, this twinkle in her eye. Because she knew they were being a little bad. And she knew I knew they were being a little bit bad. And we would enjoy that moment a little bit as the other two were talking. Like, it was a fun thing. But again, like, it'd be, like, about their dogs or their grandkids. You know, somebody else's grandkids or something. Like, it wasn't harmful. And it didn't have shit to do with me. So it was just fun stories. So that's, I don't know. It is gossip, but it feels a little less, like, different and harmless. That's great old lady gossip. And you want to then ask, because they want to, because if they really want to talk about it, they want to tell you, like, what she was cooking and why it was terrible that she was cooking that, because nobody likes it anyway. It's just that no one will tell her that they don't like that. And what do they do to, like, pretend to eat it? And all of those, like, you just keep pumping them for stories. And there's all kinds of, and again, none of it has shit to do with me. And I don't have to remember any of it later. I don't have to do anything about any of it. Like, it's a good idea actually to remember if her cookies are terrible. Oh man, Barb, like, I refuse to listen to it at work a lot. Because again, that just got problematic. But, like, if it's completely unattached from me, then it's just fun stories. And I'm all about listening to it. Especially if, like the thing Etiquette said, like, that's not mean-spirited necessarily.
$250 years old.
Oh my gosh. So, like, Etiquette, I remember there was a similar story One of the little ladies that went to church with my grandma and great aunts was living in one of those assisted living apartments. And her son would come check on her, but like really she probably needed to be moved to a slightly more watched situation. But she really, really didn't want to. And she did that twice. And they were like, hey, if this happens again, we're going to have to move her on. Like, we can't endanger everyone. And so her son came in and, like, fixed the stove so it wouldn't turn on. So she would come in and, like, try to cook and it would just stay raw on the stove. And then she would call him. Eventually she would figure out that, like, her water wasn't boiling or whatever. And he'd be like, oh my gosh, Mom, I'm going to have to come in and fix it. And then, but she was starting to, you know, and so, like, he would forget that he was supposed to fix it when he visited. And, like, everybody was in on it. Because, like, she would call to, like, somebody else to try to get somebody to, like, because she thought her son just couldn't figure it out and wasn't willing to, was embarrassed that he couldn't fix it. So, like, all of her friends were in on it because she'd be like, oh, well, can you help me get, like, your son? It was great. Yeah, exactly. Like, when you helped your dad quit smoking. Like, that kind of story I freaking love. Like, that's... Like, I just love the idea that this entire ladies' friend group and her kids were like, oh no. Yeah. Etiquette, I've heard of several people programming their parents' TVs to not be able to bring the channel in when their parents were out of the room. So they... Yeah.
Hey, well, yeah, well, MASH is a good option.
MASH is always a good option. My stepmom basically fed her mom. They figured out in the town I grew up in, on the cable station, you could almost have like 17 hours of Law and Order. There were like a few different stations. And so they had it listed. So when she had help, like when she had the in-home help, like if the TV was going to be on, like they would just keep just Law and Order all the time.
Dunk, dunk. I imagine after a while you'd just get like a PTSD twitch whenever you're dunk dunk.
I thought I was going crazy. Cause they had me in there a couple, like I would go in during college, and do some extra cleaning sometimes. And I swear, or like you'd go visit or whatever. And every time, no matter what time of day I was there, it was Law and Order. And I was like, how the hell is there a Law and Order channel? And this is before, like, probably there is a Law and Order channel now. But like this was before you had like 500 channels, right? And no, they just figured out, like, there were, you know, there was like TNT had it, like all, like, or I think it was TNT had it for a block of time. And then there was ABC? No. What was the one that something?
AMC?
No, it was earlier than that. It would do a bunch of old, like, reruns of television shows.
Nick at Night?
No, during the day. Like, it was... They weren't that old. They were, like, it was, like, the late 90s, and they were replaying, like, a lot of 70s and 80s shows. Like, television shows that had been syndicated.
USA Network.
USA, yeah. So it was, like, USA, but because we were in college now, they'd moved up to, like, Law and Order. Like, they got rid of probably, like, Chips or something and moved, like, put in Law... Like,
that's how I used to watch Equalizer.
Yeah, like, exactly. Dude, I watched, was it Moonlighting? I think, on USA. There were a couple of different, and then MASH, and a couple of other like TV shows that were, I didn't realize until later, because were like a decade older than I thought. I don't know what we're listening to. That's the thing.
Whatever that was.
You have strong feelings about Bonanza and Andy Griffith and Gunsmoke. I found Andy Griffith boring. And I never really watched the other two.
My communications teacher in college fucking loved Andy Griffith. Like, anytime he could make a Andy Griffith reference or somehow use Andy Griffith in a lesson, he would.
Well, he'd have been upset and disappointed in me, because bored.
He was not a good teacher.
Well, shock. This is my shock face. Like, Andy Griffith bored me. Leave It to Beaver bored me.
I don't remember Andy Griffith that well, so...
Yeah, I was just sitting here thinking, like, I'm going to have to take your... Like,
because that's a hell of a gauntlet to throw down.
I was too bored.
Barney Fife?
Yeah, Barney Fife was like a weird... Like, he would... If there was an episode, one of the things I remember was that he would, like, follow women around or, like, ogle.
Really?
It was played for laughs.
Huh.
But the things that were funny and appropriate back then would get you fired, hopefully.
Right.
Now, they were just like, oh, golly shucks, he's just being a single red-blooded male. Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. The whole thing was just boring.
Huh. I'm learning things today. It's been a long time since I watched Andy Griffith, so I am not doubting anyone at any point. His ineptitude was insane. That was kind of Don Knotts' shtick.
Ineptitude?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, his harassment was, like, harmless, but now it would still be, like, not okay. If that makes sense.
I honestly didn't even know Andy Griffith was still being aired.
Yeah.
So, poor Bonanza.
I honestly, like, I think I've seen bits of Bonanza and Gunsmoke, but, like, not enough to be able to tell them apart. If you just showed me stills from them, I wouldn't necessarily know which one was which.
Gasp. I used to love Gunsmoke.
Sorry.
I never really cared for Bonanza.
Well, there you go. Dane agrees with you.
I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know any of this stuff back then, but I just didn't like it.
Yeah. I haven't watched most of that stuff. That, like... Andy Griffith was rerun during the day.
Yeah.
Along with Leave It to Beaver and The Partridge Family. And which my sister liked. I found that boring too.
Yeah.
They were all boring. I didn't mind the Brady Bunch all the time. Like, it wasn't great, but it was better than the others, I thought.
Yeah, Bonanza had Michael Landis and Lorne Michaels? Lorne Green? Lorne Green. I think Lorne Michaels is the SNL guy. Yeah. Yeah, Gunsmoke was pretty good.
All right.
Also set in Dodge City, which is 3 hours that way.
And I've been there. Repeatedly.
you have.
Green? What?
Lauren Green.
Ah.
Was the father on Bonanza, I think? You should. That would be a good blog. That might get picked up, one of those. That might be what, if you're really funny. If you, might get picked up like the Full House Reviewed blog did there for a while. Yeah, Lauren Green was Ben. Ben on Bonanza. Bonanza. Petition to formally change Bonanza to Bonanza. That's why I was really confused for a second there, Mom. I was like, Bonanza had... Gunsmoke had Michael Landon? I was very confused. Festus wasn't in the beginning? I can't even imagine Gunsmoke without Festus. Like, all of my memories of Gunsmoke had Festus in it. Huh. It was on for like 20 years, that's true. I wonder if they were still airing like new episodes when I was a kid. Or if they were all just syndication. It's like diametrically opposed to what? Is that Ken? Fuck, I don't remember his name. I bet if I Google Festus, he'll come up.
Or they'll know you and be like, did you mean Fester? Ken Curtis.
Ken Curtis, thank you.
No.
Oh, he was in the Sons of the Pioneers? That's cool, I didn't know that.
I love that this time Etiquette got to the name before Barb, and Barb's like, fine, have all the info. Meanwhile, Dane's like, alright, this is faster than me Googling.
It is, yeah.
Uh-huh. Y'all are awesome.
I need to come up with other questions I need the answers to. Just be like...
I love the idea that this dude, his dad ran a jail.
Yeah. You're a huge Festus fan, Ken Curtis is the same thing. This is what I'm saying. There's a market out there for a good Gunsmoke review blog. Make it happen.
And then you can make your own gear.
Yeah. Then you can push people to your Redbubble. Wow. So I knew Roy Rogers was lead singer of the Sons of the Pioneers, but like I honestly had no idea that Ken Curtis was a singer. I'll have to go look that up later.
Uh-oh. I mean, if you wanted, you could even do an opposition thing, Bonanza versus Gunsmoke. In episode 23 of Bonanza, this awful, stupid thing that should never have been okay even back then happened. But in Gunsmoke, this great. And you can name the blog an episode by episode explanation for why Gunsmoke is better than Bonanza. Your mom says definitely Google him.
Okay.
Well, maybe they should reboot it. They reboot all kinds of other shit that shouldn't be rebooted. Maybe that one needs to be.
It is about time for a Gunsmoke reboot.
We haven't had a good Western for a while.
It's true. I think the last good Western I saw was the True Grit reboot. Yeah. No. No, we don't need a Gunsmoke reboot, or no, we don't need new Westerns. Oh, they ruined it. Yeah, probably.
I mean, maybe. Not every reboot gets ruined.
They'd have Will Smith as Matt Dillon. I feel like Will Smith has already done his 50s Western reboot with Wild Wild West. I don't know if he'd want to tread that ground again. And also, I don't think he does TV anymore.
Alright, just for what you guys have said about Festus, I want to see a Jack Black Festus. Like, I'm okay with that. I think it'd be great.
He does play the comedic relief really well. No, that's true.
Jack Black can be a... He can play a critical, like...
He doesn't have to be an idiot.
Yeah, that.
He has the ability to not be an idiot.
He screwed up Jim West. Leave Dylan alone. What?
Wild Wild West.
Was Wild Wild West a reboot?
Yes.
Oh. Jack Black could play that. Some of Jack Black's characters are exactly that. Or better. What about, oh god. He was in Love Slavers Lost, and in The Birdcage.
Nathan Lane?
Yeah, what about Nathan Lane? He's played the smart fool multiple times. The Jester.
The Jester, yes.
But I think Jack Black could be the Jester as well. Like, he's done it. I like Jack Black a lot. Sorry.
She does.
I think...
That's fair. I wonder if Gunsmoke is streaming anywhere. I don't know if I'm going to go find the DVDs one of these days when we have money again.
I mean, that could be fine, too.
Yeah. I think you're probably right, actually. I think if you're going to... I honestly think if you reboot things, you should start over fresh.
I mean, sometimes, like, just the right actor in the role, like, you forget everything else you've seen them in.
Right, but most of the actors we're talking about tonight have not been those actors. Damn, 20 seasons. Apparently it's on the CBS All Access thing, so I'd have to, like, sign up for that. Well, that's, I think, the difference between being a movie star and an actor. Honestly. Like, some movie stars are totally actors, but they're also movie stars. Like, George Clooney is a movie star. He also happens to be a good actor. But...
Yeah. Oh my god, that thing we saw him in recently.
The
Hollywood
yeah.
Takeoff. Holy shit, that was ridiculous.
God, what was that called?
I don't know.
It was a Coen Brothers movie.
It was so good. So good. The thing, like...
He's got a new movie out on Netflix I'm going to watch eventually. Where he's a astronaut.
The thing about him is that every time I see him, like, I see him, you're right, he does both of those, because I'm like, in every movie I see him in, I'm convinced that that's the character he plays, right? And then he'll play just a different character in a different movie, and I'm convinced all over again.
Hail Caesar.
Guys, Hail Caesar was so good and so ridiculous. Like, it's Golden Age Hollywood, and you're following a fixer around, and these movie stars around, and, like, he plays an actor who's dumb, but a really good and he spends most of the movie in, like, a really bad takeoff of Caesar's.
Like a Roman centurion.
Yeah, a Roman centurion outfit. Like, most of the thing. Thank you, Barb.
Thank you.
I wonder how many thumb drives it would take to send it to you. Oh my god, so many.
Depends how big the thumb drives are.
I mean that. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy, like, a bunch of streaming services. There's too many, and I don't want to, like, reward companies for the stupidity.
Well, the thing is like, a lot of people railed against cable for so long. They're like, well, I just want a la carte cable. I just want to be able to pay for the channels I want. And now we have that. So every fucking channel has its own streaming service.
Yeah, but they're not, like, affordable.
No.
I don't know. I'm happy with the Netflix. And the internet. YouTube.
Like, I enjoy having Disney Plus, but I don't know that I'll miss it if and when it leaves.
I don't feel like they put enough stuff on there. Like, they're not constantly updating it.
Well, no, they're going for people who want to see all of the old Disney stuff, and for the most part.
Yeah.
All of the old Disney stuff is up there, pretty much.
Yeah, like, you've got access to that, which, like, if you had kids, that would make sense. But, like, I don't want to pay a monthly fee for access to some movies that if you'd been picking them up over the years, you'd have most of them anyway. Like, we have half of them.
No, we don't.
We have a lot.
We have nowhere near half. we have like half a dozen Disney movies.
We have so many. It's fine. We have more than half a dozen. But still, like, it's just not... Like, Netflix keeps updating. And
Ours is 67 gig. That's not as many as I thought. You have like 3 gigabytes? Or 3 streaming services?
Yeah, and that was dumb. Like, I don't know. We had all of the Star Trek on Netflix for a long time.
Yeah.
3 Disney movies.
Oh. I think we have...
You have 2 I don't have.
Amazon Prime counts. And we have Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast.
Toy Story.
We have Toy Story 2, not Toy Story 1.
You've got bunches of Marvel movies.
Yeah. Which I guess count now.
You've got, do you have Nemo?
We might have Nemo.
Do we have Cars?
We should have Cars.
Do we have Lion King?
We do have Lion King. I think my mom actually got me Lion King years and years and years ago. We got that box version.
Do we have Little Mermaid?
Nope. Might have Cinderella? Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot with Amazon Prime etiquette. I'm just like, why would we be paying you if we're then gonna buy...
more.
Yeah, like, I could just pay to watch it, not pay you monthly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Netflix. And that's it. For a while, we have Spotify, and for a while we had Hulu with that. But then Dane made a change, and then the Hulu went away. So we don't have Hulu anymore. Which is fine. I think it affected him more than it did me.
Well, he never finished Letterkenny. That was sad.
That was super sad. Yes. And we just reduced... Netflix raised their prices by more than I was ready to pay. So we reduced back down so only one of us can be watching at a time. But that's fine. There's lots of other shit to watch. And the internet's full of stuff.
It is.
And, like, PBS and the BBC both put a shit ton of stuff on the internet.
Yeah. And like I said, I do genuinely enjoy having Disney Plus, but we only have Disney Plus through the largesse of a friend, so...
I liked watching, this thing I watched.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander Hamilton.
Hamilton was good.
Hamilton was fucking fantastic. And I was worried because I had heard that the musical, like I had heard that it was very, there was a lot of stuff happening on the stage and that there was a lot of movement of scenery and so forth. And I think it's really hard to capture like any musical well when it's actually a stage performance that you're catching and they don't update it for the movie like they did Oklahoma. But specifically one with all that stuff going on, I've seen a lot of really bad static captures of where they're trying to catch, you know, and
right, where it's like a single camera halfway back in the auditorium.
Just so you can catch everything, and it just is. And I thought they did a really, really good job.
I did see the Dark Crystal series, at least this first season. I don't know, did they do a second season? I did watch it. I enjoyed it. Ashley doesn't like Dark Crystal.
It's fine.
She doesn't like it.
It's fine. The costumes are neat. Like they're the artistry is cool. The story doesn't.
The series actually. I was pretty angry that they canceled it. Yeah, when because I had finally watched it. I watched it and then they were like, "Oh yeah, and we're canceling it." I was like, "Son of a bitch," because it took a long time to get to it. So it's probably my fault they canceled it. Yeah, I finished watching it, and then, literally the week after that, they announced that they were canceling the second season. I was like... At San Diego, the year before it came out on Netflix, they did a whole big Dark Crystal experience thing. A lot of my friends went to it.
Dane was mad and jealous.
Yeah, because working a booth, I don't get to go do things. Look cool.
Well, I mean, you do get to go do things, but people stood in line.
Yeah. For
a long time. And it's one thing if he's going to go spend an hour doing a thing, but it's another if he's going to spend the day. And I need him back.
She didn't directly badmouth Netflix. Yeah, I saw they had a Netflix documentary about doing this Dark Crystal series, and they were like, yeah, it costs a lot of money. And the person in charge of the Netflix IP development team was just like, yeah, and we were happy to spend it. And then literally, canceled it the next week after I watched that. I was like...
Yeah, I don't wonder if that person still has a job. Maybe they were happy to spend it.
Yeah.
You gotta be not only willing to spend it, but good at keeping the higher-ups interested in spending it.
So
I'm just trying to
decide, like, trying to design a vaccine getting shots poster.
Stronger with science. Armored by science. Yeah, I think it's a real shame. I'm seeing a bunch of people with, like, partially real information who are then, like, going completely the wrong way with it.
Okay.
Because, like, there was a congressman that has had the vaccine that then came down with COVID because he'd only finished up his like, he'd only had one shot.
Yep.
And then he was stuck in a room with COVID people for, like, 4 hours. Well, one shot's not enough. And then another one had both shots and caught it. And again, like, they tell you it's going to take a couple of weeks for both shots to take.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, they're like, we meant that, guys. It's like all the people that have gotten pregnant because they went and had sex, like, the day after they took their first pill.
Right.
Like, it doesn't work that way.
That is a great reaction image, you're right. I don't know if you saw it.
The puppet?
Yeah.
What about it? I don't know
I don't know
anything.
if you'd seen it.
I saw a puppet.
Yeah.
I think you have to know the thing to understand what expression that's supposed to be.
It's literally that.
Okay.
The face that it was making. Your chicken George looked like Skeksis and George Hamilton. So was your chicken unnaturally bronze? That's a movie I haven't watched in a long time. Zorro the Gay Blade.
Mm-hmm. Love that movie.
We used to have that on videotape when I was a kid.
Yep. I never heard of it until it was assigned to me in college.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Assigned to you?
Mm-hmm.
What class assigned you Zorro the Gay Blade?
Genre studies satire.
Huh. Neat.
Highlight bringer kitty.
Hello. Let me see if I can.
It's like, why?
Basically.
Poke Jack, he's asleep. And then she'll be mad at you because you touched Jack first. CP kitties. Jack's doing his like old man squinty tired thing. Aww. He's continuing to just sit there, staring off into space like an old man while his sister cleans him.
As is appropriate.
Thank you, Lightbringer Hook Kitty.
Hooch!
I almost said Lightbringer Hooch.
Lightbringer Hooch. Hoochbringer Kitty. It's a worthy expenditure.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna go change out some coffee. Be right back.
No.
Coming right back.
No.
Too late.
Okay, fine.
You want a rubber band on the floor, guys? Love it.
That sounds like she went out there just in time to go get coffee because coffee pot just turned off. Pictures. Oh yeah, I can see the resemblance.
Resemblance, what?
There's a picture of George thinking chicken.
Oh yeah.
Hey, sleepy kittens. Hey, babies. Hey,
Naked. Not naked.
Naked.
Nose. I don't have any problem with naked. I don't care. Jack is not quite a year going on 80.
Right.
So, Barb, have y'all checked out the vaccines where you are and where you're going to be on the list? Because, like, in some of the counties here, apparently, in Kansas, my parents will be on there soon.
Technically tomorrow.
Just not Sedgwick.
Right, just not here.
Right. Luckily, they don't live here.
Right.
So.
Turns out they were smarter than all of us. What accident.
Yay!
Woot woot!
Are they signed up? Have they figured out where they're going, Lightbringer Kitty? Woohoo! Yay! I'm totally gonna use you when I talk to my dad next. I'm gonna be like, other people's parents already have their appointments booked, Dad. That's exciting. Do they know which one they're getting? So are you going to ask the government for the tracking info so you can find them? Woohoo, mystery shot! I'd get it.
I would. Says it's available.
Yep. Ours is currently scheduled for...
Supposedly June.
Yeah, given that they're moving backwards, I don't see that being a thing.
Maybe they'll ramp up production and actually get some here.
Maybe Kansas will do a better job of getting them here. I don't know.
Maybe the federal government will take over and actually
Do the
do
job.
the job instead of going, fuck it, I don't care.
That'd be nice. Maybe another state will get ahead so far that we can...
Siphon off some of theirs.
Yeah. Or
The thing
go
about
there.
just going out and standing outside one of the clinics and just, when they've got extras, just just give me your extras. I just want your extras.
I have an arm.
Right.
Sneak in.
Just sneak in.
Right. Just walk really bent over.
Because all the vials have extra shots in them.
Not all of them.
Well, a lot of them.
So that was the thing my sister was actually really impressed with. Apparently, the extra doses came from the design of the bottle.
Yep.
And so they're ramping up production on those particular bottles to ship to all of the vaccine makers so they all get more.
Yeah.
I mean, there haven't been, given the number of shots that they've given out, there haven't been that many adverse reactions.
And adverse reactions with vaccines isn't uncommon, isn't unknown, so...
Right. Like, we have heard from some friends that have been wiped out by it for a day or two. But I've been wiped out by the flu shot, so...
I've been wiped out by the flu.
That too.
I've been wiped out by whatever the fuck I got earlier this year. Or early last year. I guess now, technically.
Yeah. Which may or may not have been the COVID.
May or may not have been.
It was terrible con crud, that's all we knew.
Yep. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a good plan. Be near the EpiPens. They're like, can you go home now? And you're like, no. I have approximately 5 more hours.
Yeah.
I'm smiling. You can't see it. Mask. Ah, 15 minutes. That's doable. Yeah, like I said, I know a couple of friends on the social media have said like they've had like a really sore arm. Or like one of them was like, I went home and like I thought I was fine, and then the next thing I knew I was like, whoa, not fine. I went to bed and slept for like 12 hours. But that's all doable. That's fine. Oh yeah, Etta K, like mass vaccinations are a thing. I got my one of my tetanus shots, a tetanus shot, when I was in middle school because we were gonna, after the flood of '93, because we were gonna be cleaning up. And so they were just handing out, like, you went to the armory and they were just stabbing people in the arm just over and over and over. And, like, I bruise pretty good. Like, I'll, tap my leg against the frickin' couch or something, and next thing you know, I've got, like, a giant... Like, I actually fell in the shower once, and it looked like I'd been run over by a car for, like, a month. Like, the entire side of my damn body was bruised up. Like, and it was bad enough that Dane kept coming in and seeing, like, a different part of me bruised that he didn't realize was bruised, and he'd be like, what'd you do there? And I was like, it was still the shower. I'm pretty sure it was still the shower. He's like, no, that was the side. I'm like, yeah, it's that one too. But yeah, the nurse that was an army nurse, and she was just stabbing, and my mom, who is a nurse, was like, she's efficient. I was like, oh no.
You're gonna feel it.
And I did, my whole arm, like, just, it looked like I'd been hit by a baseball. It was pretty gross, but, I mean, I didn't get tetanus. I hear lockjaw is terrible, so. And I was cleaning up, like, sewage, flood, mud out of the thing, so, like.
Sewage, flood, mud. Sounds like a band name.
I mean.
It's like an 80s.
That's the thing.
Band.
That's part of why you get the tetanus shot before that, because there's, like, raw sewage floating around. All the water treatment plants had flooded, too, so there's.
I understand. There's
everything.
Sewage, flood, mud sounds like a band name.
It smelled so bad. Oh, they just did the air compressed shooting in thing? Oh, no.
No lie, I've always kind of wanted to do that. I've always wanted a shot like that. Like the Star Trek thing.
You have to really, really relax your muscles. Well, I always bleed, so, yeah.
I've never bled after a shot. Like, they always put a Band-Aid on me because you have to, but I've never pulled it off and bled or anything.
Dude, that tetanus one, I bled enough that it bled. Like, they just put a little baby Band-Aid on. Like, not a baby one, but, like a normal Band-Aid. They didn't put the cotton ball. Because they had me holding the cotton ball. By the time I got in the line to the lady that was doing it, she just was putting Band-Aids on. And I bled out. Like, it started to, like, it drained. Like, not bad, but, like, I didn't bleed out. But, like, it bled underneath the thing and down my arm. So Mom was mad. She was like, why can't, like, just...
Like, why can't you not bleed? God
no,
damn
it was more like, why didn't they just put the damn...
Smack.
The gauze or whatever, like... So I had to go back, and then they cleaned it, and they did another one. But, yeah. Like,
hey, Jim.
I bled good, is what I'm saying. Like, far more than you should bleed for a tetanus shot. She stabbed me good.
Sounds like.
But it's not surprising, given that literally it looked like I'd been hit by a baseball. With the bruising.
You're just in time.
Hey, we're talking about vaccines and shots. Jim, are your parents signed up? Like, or do they know when they're gonna be able to get in line?
Also, has Kate gotten her second shot?
And again, that's a pretty good gene mutation.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
It's better than the alternative.
I tend to bleed more. And the problem is, and the reason the nurse didn't think I was going to need another Band-Aid or whatever is because it's not fast. It's just a long time. Like, when I go get blood, it takes longer to fill the bag than they expect. But it ends up being more than normal people bleed, I guess. Awesome. Woohoo! And see? You're immediately like, she's going to be fully armored on Friday because she got it a week and a half ago. Not, she's getting it tomorrow and then she'll be safe. Woo! Like, see how easy it is to listen to science? Your parents are trying to get signed up, but it's not easy. See? Okay. All right. I'm using your stories. I'm gaining information Because I gotta get my dad on it. Well, Etiquette, I'm glad you got the proper gene mutation, or the better one, I guess is the way to put it. I have a thing, like, it runs on my family to have low blood pressure on my mom's side, and I do. Fun thing about that is, if you stand the wrong way for a long period of time, you can faint. And by the wrong way, I mean, like, I always thought, like, family photos were torturous, and I never understood that other people thought so, but not because they were always, like, half fainting in every single one. Or if you're the tall one, they make you stand in the back. Oh no! I hate that shit where they can't get it on their, like, they can't figure their shit out. Surely, like, somebody in... Does he have... Is his optometrist office, is it just his office, or does he work with a conglomerate? Or a hospital? That maybe could like, call somebody and talk some sense into him? Or does he have a nurse that is really good at talking some sense into people? I don't know. Or an office manager, I don't know. I met a lot of nurses that are good at getting on the phone and getting people to do what the fuck they're supposed to do. Yeah, Etiquette, I'm having... My dad still hasn't gotten the shingles shot, and he definitely is in the age group it needs to. Like, my problem is, I wish there was a list, because I would be like, hey, people, like, if for whatever reason you end up with an extra dose at the bottom of the thing and nobody's around, call me, I will...
Drop everything.
Yeah, and drive over and stick my arm out. I mean, that makes sense. The faster they can get all of you guys vaccinated, the better. Also, I'm really jealous. I'm really jealous. They've turned Disneyland into a giant mass vaccination place.
Oh my god, what?
Yes.
I want to get
in California.
Get my vaccinations at Disneyland.
I'm like, it really would be the happiest place on earth.
I want Disney shots.
Oh my god, I so badly want to get my shot at Disneyland.
I want Mickey Mouse to give me my vaccination.
I don't, because that doesn't seem clean. But I'd be happy if he, like, came and hugged me afterward. I'd take a Mickey hug, or any character hug. Yay, we're all vaccinated, Mickey hug. Like, wouldn't that be a nice celebratory happiest place on earth?
Yeah, but you're not immediately safe after that, so...
They're in a costume with a breathing apparatus, and I'll still have my mask on. Probably I'll get it from somebody else that hugged Mickey, but it's fine. I'm willing to risk it for my...
It's a small world, get a shot. It's a small world, get a shot.
Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, that would be exactly my luck, is getting it from Mickey Mouse. But, you know, I don't know. I just, like I said, I love the idea. I'd be totally excited if I was, of course, if I was in the LA area, I'd be begging for a vaccine. They're in some shit right now.
Yeah.
It's bad. A lot of people have pet rats that I know. I mean, it's fine. Like, if that's a thing you want. That rats don't bother me, except the ones that bite. Like, I really don't like things that bite and gnaw on my flesh. Yeah. That's a sad thing to be excited about.
Ooh.
It's so bad. Like, they're running low on everything. They can't get PPE in their hospitals. Yeah, like, lately that's been my problem at Ikea, is that the people that I've known that had rats, like, they had rude rats, and I'm just like, no. But in general, I don't have a problem with rats, and I think they're cute and clever. I wouldn't want them because they die so fast.
Yeah.
And I really don't want, like... I don't want to invest all my love in a thing that's going to die in 3 years or 2. And it makes me sad because I've had friends that I've known long enough that they've gone through like 3 or 4 cycles of rats now. And they mourned so hard. And I'm just like, oh, like I feel bad for them.
Oh.
That's cute, but I still wouldn't want her to bite.
Her buddy with Garrick. Nice.
The scariest pet, I had a gerbil that was psychotic. And I am legit to this day terrified of gerbils. I had to wear a garden glove to feed her. She had a tank and everything, and like if you opened it to try to put food in, she would jump up and latch onto any part of your body she could get and try to rip it out. Like, she was terrifying. Did not like.
Was it new information?
Oh, yeah. Everyone knew that, right?
Probably.
I knew that. There's a really cute video that somebody posted the other day with the scene, that early scene between Garrick and the doctor. And they added all this, like, chatter that was going through their... It was... Yeah. I loved Garrick so much. Even when I didn't like Garrick, I liked Garrick. He was great. Of course, DS9 was great. DS9 was full of great characters.
It's true.
That's great. Also, she looks like she could kick my ass, and I approve.
That's what I'm going for. So yeah, I might work this up into a post earlier.
I don't know if I've seen the documentary. I'm going to have to go check.
We haven't.
Is it on Netflix?
I don't know.
We'll have to check.
I know a couple of friends of ours in Portland got to see that in the Hollywood Theater.
Jealous.
Chill and Aaron.
Yeah. Like,
I
I mean...
I remember Chill texting me and asking me if we'd seen it, and I was like, no, we haven't seen it yet.
Boo. I mean, we did get to see like one of my favorite episodes with them.
Yeah.
At the theater. We saw. Do you remember what the name of the episode was called?
Nope. Hang on.
Oh, that's fun. All right, I'm gonna have to. Like that's right up my alley. I want to see that.
It's Far Beyond the Stars was the one we went to watch in the. We watched that one and the one with where they went back in time and with the triples.
Mm-hmm. Far Beyond the Stars is one of my favorite episodes.
Me too.
It's so good.
That wasn't the best, was it?
Oh no. Alright, I'm gonna have to go watch it. See if I can find it somewhere.
Yeah.
Also, like, if I were gonna dress up for a con, I would totally want to be a Ferengi.
Dress up.
Shut up. Dane knows that in my heart I'm a Ferengi. I'm also a Slytherin. It's okay.
She doesn't have the lobes.
Rude.
Your own left store bought is fine.
Ew.
Ina Garden on cosplay.
Anywho.
I think on that note, speaking of store-bought lobes, I don't know what that means actually. There was nowhere I was going that was good with that.
It was necessary.
Hopefully Anthony's not watching. Impressionable young children.
Anthony's young enough, doesn't matter. He's young enough, he's probably flipping people off all the time just because he forgets to move his fingers.
It's fair.
I love when babies flip you off. It's great. That's one of my favorite baby pictures. Like, one of my favorite types of baby pictures are the ones where, like, parents just catch their kids, like, flipping them off. Their babies flipping them off. Great. You did earn it. See? Etiquette knows.
Anyway. Yeah, so... Blah. Yeah, it's Wednesday, so we'll see you Sunday. Gunsmoke is awesome. Deep Space Nine is awesome. Everybody get your shots as soon as you can. This sounds like a good plan, AK. And yeah, we'll talk to y'all later. Night, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thank you.